Chapter 6, Diversity Inclusion. This chapter explains the causes of inequality and disadvantage for particular groups of people in the labour market. The key characteristics and benefits of an inclusive workplace is identified, as well as the different dimensions of diversity, identified as personality, internal or primary, external or secondary, and organisational. Diversity management is defined, and the key elements to effective diversity management strategies are discussed. And then finally, the anti-discrimination legislation and equal employment opportunity legislation in Australia, and the difference between them are also described. Chapter 6, Diversity Inclusion. This chapter explains the causes of inequality and disadvantage for particular groups of people in the labour market. The key characteristics and benefits of an inclusive workplace is identified, as well as the different dimensions of diversity, identified as personality, internal or primary, external or secondary, and organisational. Diversity management is defined, and the key elements to effective diversity management strategies are discussed. And then finally, the anti-discrimination legislation and equal employment opportunity legislation in Australia, and the difference between them are also described. Chapter 7, Workplace Health and Safety. This chapter has defined workplace health and safety as the practice whereby workers' physical and psychological well-being is promoted and supported through risk minimisation. The chapter explains that workplace health and safety is paramount for a workplace, as ineffective workplace health and safety can be incredibly costly to the economy and society more broadly. The main components of health and safety in the workplace are community involvement, implementation of proven and effective practices, continual two-way communication, and the development of an environment where welfare, health and safety are universally valued. These components incorporate elements of public health, personal health, consumer protection, transport safety and the environment. Effective consultation is a vital component of providing a safe and healthy workplace. This allows managers and employees to all discuss how to best exercise their duty of care. The process can be formal, involving committees and elected representatives, or informal, but is essential to ensuring that processes and procedures are mutually understood and can be effectively implemented. Workplace health and safety has at its core risk management. Employers are responsible for ensuring that workplaces are as free from hazards as reasonably practicable, while workers are obliged to take reasonable care of their own safety. Risks are managed through an established set of procedures that include hazard identification, analysis, control, and monitoring. Control standards must be agreed to and regulations accounted for. Where incidences do occur, the 4 steps that should be taken immediately are to help the worker, notify the regulator, record and investigate the incident, and inform the insurer. Compensation may be provided due to injured workers either under common law or statute law, and can be awarded for loss of earnings, expenses, and the lifestyle effects of the injury, such as impairment and suffering. Injury management not only involves responding at the time of the incident and the financial ramifications, but is also required throughout the treatment, retraining, and return to work of the injured party. It is important to remember that workplace health and safety is not simply a management issue. The safest workplaces are those that encourage a strong health and safety culture in which all people primarily value human welfare. This can be supported by establishing a reporting, just, flexible and learning culture in which employees can report hazards without fear of repercussion, and acceptable and unacceptable behaviour is clearly and objectively outlined, and where there is a high level of adaptability and a willingness to seek out information and to implement change. Health and fitness programs, mental health awareness, employee assistance programs, and paid parental leave schemes help contribute to a happy and healthy workplace, and subsequently a robust health and safety culture.